Everyone loves to use target share in order to identify the receivers that they want in their fantasy football teams. But what if we use first read rate instead? First read rate is only available on Fantasy Points Data, and all it is telling us exactly where the quarterback's first read is. And I personally like this because it gives me insight to where the coach is actually calling the plays. So for the Arizona Cardinals, it's rather in line for what we would expect. I think for the Falcons in week 2, we can lead towards the game script being the reason why Kyle Pitts got a much higher boost in first read rate on top of Drake London's shoulder injury that he was dealing with in Darnell Mooney's first game back. It seems like it's Zay's world and we're just living in it. Keon Coleman truthers, you might want to cover your eyes for this. Interesting to see a massive boost for JT Sanders here, but that might just be the scheme that they were going against. I understand the hype for Rome Odunze and the breakout does look like it's here, but what if this is the weekend that DJ Moore is the one that's going to be the primary first read? Going to take this as Jamar Chase was getting peppered even more by Jake Browning once he was on the field. Jerry Jeudy continues to be slept on by the market, and Harold Fannin Jr. is simply that dude. Looks like George Pickens has been third fiddle in 2 games. Perhaps that'll change sometime soon. We talked about this a little bit in another video, but essentially what I'm expecting here is for this first read rate to kind of spike for someone each week. I was one of the many people saying that Jameson Williams could potentially become the first read on this offense. I was very wrong. I know Matthew Golden is theoretically the receiver that we want to be buying low in this offense, but I mean, look at Dontavian Wick's first read rate here, man. Seems like the Texans made some adjustments in week 2 and just want to focus this offense around Nico Collins, which I believe is smart. Tyler Warren is a clear top 2 option in this offense. It's just going to be more of a rotation between Josh Downs and Michael Pittman between who pops each week. Not a big fan of how limited the first read rate here is, I'm not going to lie, but ultimately I'm expecting better days to come for Brian Thomas Jr. I think we're back to a pure rotation of receivers in Kansas City. This offense is fully condensed between Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua. These are guys that you want on your roster this season. A lot of players are going to cook in this offense considering how Justin Herbert is playing at this moment in time. Buy low on Vlad McConkey while you can. I think the Raiders are actually worried about Brock Bowers' knee injury here, then that's why we see the first read rate spike specifically for Jacoby Myers. Through 2 games, Jalen Waddle has a higher first read rate than Tyreek Hill. Maybe, just maybe, he's the guy that you should be buying low on, if anyone, from this Dolphins offense. Justin Jefferson is still that guy. I just think this bodes well for someone like Jordan Addison once we're getting him back on this roster. Patriots receiving room is a rotation. We really just don't want it. The people are sleeping on Juwan Johnson. The people that follow this page are not. This offense is built between 2 people, Malik Neighbors and Wan'Dale Robinson. Garrett Wilson is the alpha in this offense and no one else matters. Please, please go buy low on A.J. Brown while you can. It's an Arthur Smith offense. I expect nothing less. Jason's per usage for the season is actually insane. The thing that actually sticks out to me here is that what could potentially happen for Torrey Horton once Cooper Kupp is really just no longer a thing. When Juwan Jennings is the one on the field, he's the one that's demanding the targets. Everyone's sleeping on Big Mike. Go get him while you can while the rookie runs pure. Pat Surtain seems the most likely reason for why we see the first read rate shift here. I think that the wide receiver 1 is going to rotate between Terry and Debo each game.